you on this Thursday morning, ready to rock and roll. Get some emails to get to. We'll get to them coming up later on. And, of course, apparently the Twins out of hibernation might actually do something this offseason. We'll chat about that coming up later on in the show. But it is Thursday at 10 o'clock, and each and every Thursday we visit with the women's basketball head coach at North Dakota State. Mr. Jory Collins joins us after late night last night. Bus pulled in, and he told me about 1:30, but after a victorious night in Vermilion. I can remember, and I was talking about this off the top of the show, 2 years ago I was talking to you on this show about ending a losing streak and hadn't won in Vermilion in forever. Now you've won 3 straight times down there. That's, I know, the expectation, but to go and have a game like that, especially defensively the way you played, you got to feel pretty darn good this morning.
Yeah, Dom, our team, I've been so proud of them. For a young team, has responded all year when things haven't gone well for us. And, you know, I can get as frustrated as I want to with our youth on just, there's just things we got to learn over the course of time. And so we've had some maybe poor quarters. We had a couple poor games here. But, man, we've addressed it every time, and they've really come out gangbusters the next time out. And I think that's just a great sign of the quality of kids that we have. They respond to those things in the appropriate way. And I thought we would play well last night just because of that. And I thought we practiced good Monday and Tuesday, and it was fun to watch them.
To go and lead wire to wire on the road, Jory, is not an easy thing to do. Just overall, describe your performance you had last night. Yeah,
well, I think, for us, our identity has we've just become a pretty good half-court defensive team.
Yeah.
And we're just putting up, because we're not maybe as explosive offensively consistently. Gosh, we have some spurts, but not the steady consistency, that I'd like. We have to be really good on the glass, and we have to be really good in half-court D, and I think our team's taken that to heart, tried to be really hard to score on. I thought, Grace Larkins had 23 points on 10 of 20. That's a fantastic game for most people. For mortals, she's having an outstanding year, but I thought Schulte made her work for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Our defensive philosophy is no threes, no layups, tough twos. And I thought most of the baskets they got were tough contested twos. And we're just trying to hold people to a number we think we can score more than. To hold USD to 53 on their home floor, I thought was a really good job by our kids.
And then Abby also Jory, gets 9 and 8 last night. So she's doing it on the other end, too, on top of the defense she played. That was a really complete game.
Yeah, and they're obviously, between Kansas City and USD, you couldn't have a more different defensive philosophy between two teams. And so, after getting pressured and denied all Saturday and just fighting through contact nonstop, where there was a little more space to navigate, which can also be harder because you don't know, am I open? Am I not open? How close are they to me? You can't really feed the post when they're playing 6 feet off of you because it's hard to get the pass in there. Well, should I shoot it? There's all those different kinds of things that gives you. I thought Schulte was great at attacking, some gaps and some cushions, got inside, and then on top of just being really good defensively.
We've buried the lead here. Abby Draper was sensational last night. 29 points in 30 minutes. She started red hot. And I know that was concerted effort to get her the ball and exploit your height, but that was something else, the kind of game she had last night.
Yeah, I mean, she was on a mission, and you could see that in the first, 2.5 minutes that she was going to go work for position, and probably thought she had an advantage most of the time, as she did, and, capitalized on it. I think I've been saying it, but, she's been playing really well. Avery's been playing really well in there, and I get frustrated at myself, at the Kansas City game where you look up and maybe they got 6, 7, or 8 shots each, and they need to be getting 25 between them. And we just got to do a better job of finding ways to get it in there to the people that are shooting, such a efficient percentage from the floor. And then, 12 of 16 is awesome. Had a 3-ball in there too. But on top of that, just, her 12 rebounds, she's rebounding great. Even our last 3 games, she's been an animal on the offensive glass, and, just playing so tough right now.
25 shots between them last night. So there's your formula working right to what you wanted.
Yeah. And we made that was emphasized, I can tell you, on Monday and Tuesday. And, it was nice to see our players go out and execute that. I mean, it's not rocket science. Get your best players, the ball where they're the best at, and let them do what they do. And I thought they were both good. In the fourth quarter, I thought
Yeah.
Drapes and Avery were really good.
Coonan had a shot last night, Jory. It was so similar to the Oral Roberts game where she knocked that one down with 1 or 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and I thought that was the hammer. I mean, just that. It was almost she was out of control, but then made the shot. What was your emotion seeing that play go down?
Yeah, that's part of our youth. We can yell out there, hey, there's 6 seconds on the shot clock on this inbounds play or whatever. And sometimes that doesn't always register on what that means, no matter how many times you talk about it. So, Avery found the ball in her hands with the clock running down, and she did the right thing of just trying to go make a play and not overpass it and put somebody in a worse situation. I tell you, I mean, when she does that, it looks great. I mean, she elevates.
Yeah.
Looks like a WNBA pull-up. And she's hit a couple of those for us this year in big moments. And those are momentum plays. You got a little more juice in your legs getting back on defense after that, and all the other areas become a little easier.
So to get a game like that, that's 3 straight games on the road, and I know you're still upset about how Saturday went down. Just to evaluate how these 3 games with 3 really different styles, how do you take away this road trip?
Yeah, I was obviously overall pleased with how we handled it, Dom. I mean, we had a whatever 8 or 9 point lead. It can't, we against a team that usually gives us fits.
Yep.
I thought we were handling it fine, and we needed 10 more minutes of handling it. And I would be sitting here telling you it was a fantastic road trip for us. And but the fact that I still think we prepared right. We got ready to play. There wasn't any issues of not being ready in any of our games. And I think when you're going on the road like that, finding a way to be as close to your best as you can with travel and all those other things is always the goal. And I was really pleased with our team.
So now what's the laydown here? You played Wednesday. It's different because, you usually play Thursday, get ready, and then you play Saturday. How different is the week? Is it much with the game on Wednesday? Because you're going to have to do this a couple more times throughout the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, it usually is. Usually when we play Thursday, Saturday, Friday, practice is, a lot of film, and then we'll get out on the floor, but we're not usually getting up and down. A lot of half court stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we're on the floor for an hour, 15 minutes and just talking through, whatever our schemes are for the next game. With 2 days here, I mean, we lift today. We're going to lift this afternoon. We'll watch some film. We'll get out and on the floor, probably pretty light. And then tomorrow we'll hook it up and get after it the day before the game. But there's a benefit when you play Thursday, Saturday. The Mondays can be a work on ourselves kind of day because you still have 2 days to get ready. When it's Wednesday, Saturday, you feel like you need both days to get ready for your opponent. At least I do. And I don't mind it. For a lot of years I was coaching, we played Wednesday, Saturday.
This UND team, Jory, you knew the last couple of years, Casey Borovich was going to make him go. Obviously, she's not there anymore. When you watch them, what stands out, and what is this? What challenges this team present to you on Saturday?
Well, right now, I think the number one thing watching them is they're playing with confidence right now. They look like a completely different team from November and early December to right now. So, Mallory's done a great job of just, probably weathering some uncertainty early in the season on who are we, what can these new players do, a little bit like we were with, a lot of new players in different roles and those kind of things. And I think they've found they got some identity. They're playing fast. They're shooting the ball well right now. They're playing in transition, flying around. They got some playmakers. They got some people finishing 3 balls. Pemberton's an unbelievable athlete in transition. And just got some good players that are playing at a high level.
This is a doubleheader here. It's different from last year because, hey, you guys are playing first, and it's 1 ticket. Give me the environment for this. You guys are playing bat and leadoff on Saturday. Yeah,
I think it's awesome. You know me, I wish we did it for every game. I'd love doubleheaders all year long.
Yeah.
I just think it's a great opportunity for our fan base to come out and see both teams in one sitting in one afternoon, and just come out and support 2 teams that have shown they're going to be in the mix. And so it's going to be quality basketball. Obviously, big rivalry puts a little something on it too. But if you like sports, it's a great day to come out and just enjoy yourself.
This game, you've been in it now. Does it get a? Is there an extra sense to this on a rivalry with it without a North Dakota player on your roster? I know you got O'Reilly on your roster, but describe that. Is there a added oomph for this one, or is it just, hey, it's the next game?
No, there's always added for your in-state rival. There's no question about that. And whether we have one North Dakota, it doesn't matter. I know where all our alumni are from, and I know how much this game means to them, and means to our fan base from however long ago this has been going on. You feel a responsibility, as the coach of the team to get ourselves prepared to go take on your in-state rival. So without question, there's always a little more to that.
You're getting near the halfway part of Summit League play. Where do you feel where your team at right now? Like, okay, this is our identity. We know we do this really well. We can do this, and we know we can only maybe can't really drop any games. We want to be that 2 spot. Like I know we talked about that last year. You feel like your identity was where you're at. This is what we're going to go with for the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're pretty settled in. We miss an AG here last couple games. She's got a little calf tweak and is going to be out for a week or 2 here.
Okay.
But we should get her back. But as far as roles and what we're doing, we're settling in here. It's for us, it's just about consistency. Can we depend on our half court defense and our rebounding every time out? And then for us offensively, it's really about execution. And then, we've been up and down shooting the 3 ball this year. We've had some great games stroking it. Had some other games where we're, it's not going down.
Yeah.
And that consistency is an area we need to keep working on, keep shooting in practice, keep believing it's going in, keep taking the right shots. When we're humming on that end, we're a pretty good team. And those are things that, I don't know. Tough league, different teams take different things away. Like I said, I know I'm beating the drum here, but if we can guard and rebound at a high level, you feel like you're going to be in every single game and have a chance.
I got to ask about 2 of your recruits. One is there, one is coming. I was out at practice last week and got to see Carrington Aspa out there on the floor, and I think I told you she could help you right now. She just graduated a couple months or last month. What has this transition been like, and how has she adjusted in the first month she's been with you?
Well, she 100% could help us right now. I think it's been great for her. It's a obviously night and day from going to maybe what you're used to in high school to jumping right into mid-season practice. But I can't even. She's so far ahead just in practice of what I even thought she might be. I know she's going to be a really great player, but just how she's handled practice. There's no preseason. There's no, hey, we're in 4 hours a week. Let me get a feel for what all this is going on and terminology and all these kind of things. How do we do this layup drill we're doing? What line do I run to? I mean, there's just 1,000 things that's got to be going on in your mind. She's handled it all awesome. So, it's a big semester for her because her growth has already seen it in a few weeks. It's going to be tremendous this semester.
I was going to say, how much further ahead can she be than next fall?
Oh, I mean, she'll be like a sophomore.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, she'll be like a sophomore next year, starting her career. Because, one, she's super engaged with it. She's got great IQ. She wants to know. She's watching closely and intently when she isn't in there and picking things up. And you can see the wheels spinning, as it goes along.
The other is Sophie Hawkinson, who plays at Wayzata right now. She's a McDonald's All-Star nominee. I think, again, you told me she's a really good player. I don't know if for fans, if they see that accolade, Jory, if that reinforces, hey, you're recruiting some pretty good talent out of the Twin Cities.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kids that get nominated. I would tell you that.
Yeah.
But nobody that's not any good, She had a monster game the other night. They beat Hopkins for the first time in I don't know how many years, and I think she scored 18 or 19. Had an 8-0 run by herself in that game. Got to watch that on, I think we were on the bus maybe heading to USD, and she played a great game, led her team. She's a tremendous competitor, tough. she's going to be exciting. And McKenna Johnson had a big win the other night
Saw
too.
that. Yep.
They beat Minot. I don't think there's an undefeated team left in the big school, so it's exciting to see our young players already, winning big games or being in our practice. And I was actually sitting there the other day when we got to the hotel. I was watching McKenna's game and Sophie's game, and we were eating dinner in Sioux Falls on our way, and I was like, God, I know we got 3 recruits. What's the other one doing? Oh yeah, she's sitting right over here. She's already been in practice. I almost forgot.
That's fantastic. I know this maybe doesn't affect the women's game as much, but the rule being thrown out there, or idea thrown out there, Jory, of you get 5 years. You can play 5 years. There's no red shirts. There's no medicals, anything like that. Does that affect the women's game more than I think, or no?
I'm not sure. I really don't know, Dom. I mean, we've had a couple 5-year players here with Dietz, Heaven, Schulte. I mean, those are all fantastic kids and great players for us. I would guess if people know coming in with 5 years, there's a pretty good chance you'll have as many grad transfers as you've ever had. Just for the simple fact that somebody may just be, hey, this has been great. I graduate. I want to try something new for 1 year. Which more power to you. If you get your degree, then I think that's what you signed up for. But that's be one of those things where you're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would mean more red shirts, less red shirts, no reason to red shirt when you got the extra year eligibility. So it'll be interesting if that goes through.
Is that something I know every day? I was talking with Dave about this yesterday. Just that the sun comes up, hey, it's a different thing I'm getting thrown at me in college athletics.
I mean, it's a little bit, I don't know. I love all the freedom. I love people getting paid. They deserve it. Should happen. But there's got to be some structure at some point where we have a set of operating rules to, run your programs and run the sport. Because it does feel like every 6 months there's some other rule change or some other thing. Being able to manage a roster becomes just about impossible when you don't know who's going to be available and who's not going to be available.
By the way, I may have gotten you in trouble last week. I had somebody email, is Jory really going to get tossed out of the game to go watch the Chiefs? So,
I told somebody, I think I was telling my sister on the phone, I said I shouldn't have said that because somebody is going to take that seriously and actually believe me.
But now we got the biggie. This is the one you wanted. You got the Bills. I mean, you got to be. This is the one you circled, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's who I wanted to play. I was scared of Lamar. Not that we're not scared of Josh.
Yeah.
But I think there's familiarity there. Those games, I don't know. Go look and see what those games have come down to. One possession, 6-7 times in a row, basically. I mean, it's just great football, so it ought to be a good one on Sunday night.
What do you got planned Sunday night? I know it's not is it a Super Bowl kind of thing?
It's a 5:30 game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll probably I'll probably cook something up nice. Wife will do Casey will do the Chiefs pancakes for sure.
There you go.
It's a must on playoff game days, and then we'll put a spread together.
There you go. Appreciate the time as always. Nice win last night, and I'll see you later today, and I'll see you on Saturday, okay?
Okay, thanks, Dom.
Jory Collins joins us each and every Thursday at 10 o'clock. Bison women winning last night at Vermilion. Again, they went a stretch 9 years in a row. They did not win in South Dakota. Now they've won 3 straight times, and a matchup with UND coming up on Saturday. We'll take a break. We'll get caught up on a couple things, and yes, the Twins at least have a trade rumor to discuss this offseason. We'll do that when Hot Mike returns on this Thursday morning. We're back right after this.